Debbie Wasserman Schultz probably running a spy ring in Congress. The mainstream media is currently working overtime to make the story of the Awan brothers go away. Newsweek's headline blares, "The far-right's fake news story of the week has hijacked the tragic death of Branton Wissenant," which is patently untrue, as one of the most prominent investigators of the Awan brothers' story is George Webb Seugert, a self-described Berniecrat who donated to the Sanders campaign 3 times. Since last November, George has been teasing out the clear lines of information from the tangled web from what it is perhaps the largest racketeering crime ring in the history of humankind. In its current form, it starts with the gargantuan trade of Afghan opium to purchase arms and embargoed oil. This is used to finance, train, and supply terrorist groups, including ISIS, and to foster human trafficking, organ harvesting, accompanied by the wanton war profiteering and disaster capitalism that comes with these illegal wars of aggression. The latter are ostensibly fought for regime change, quote, against tyrannical governments, as in Iraq, Libya, and Syria, where in reality they are about controlling and subverting these countries' natural resources and sovereignty. This massive criminal enterprise has been building upon itself for over 30 years, and there are many members of the U.S. government involved on both sides of the aisle. The central hub of the Bush-Clinton cartel has long been Hillary Clinton and the Clinton Foundation. George has recently been joined by Jason Goodman of Crowdsource The Truth to contribute his analytical and filmmaking skills and to help manage the busloads of information coming in from a growing community that has become a sizable open source investigation. The focus of the bigger story being covered here centers on the Pakistani Awan brothers hired in 2005 and working with Debbie Wasserman Schultz to manage the information technology, IT, of the House Democrats. Payroll records show that they have collected $4 million since 2010. The Awan brothers now stand legally accused of stealing equipment from members' offices without their knowledge and committing serious, potentially illegal violations on the House IT network and have fled the U.S. George breaks it down like this. The Awan brothers is a simple story. It's basically Debbie Wasserman Schultz running a spy ring in Congress. Mike Cernovich interviewing George and Jason for InfoWars interrupts, saying that is not something to say and just move on. That is a nuclear direct truth bomb if it is true. George begins breaking it down from James Comey's own testimonies on how congressional email accounts and computers were synced to their government-issued BlackBerry cell phones. This was how longtime Hillary confidant Uma Abedin got her emails to Anthony Weiner's laptop. George informs us that Weiner is not at all a peripheral character in this. Prior to Wasserman's role in this spying ring, her position was occupied by Weiner. This is fascinating 20-minute recap of the hundreds of bursts of micro-posts made by George Webb and Jason Goodman in recent weeks, which coherently sums up these bewildering findings in one place. Utterly fascinating. So it has to do with all of this up here. Tangled web, largest racketeering crime ring in the history of humankind. I wouldn't be at all surprised, and that's why the Iwana brothers left the U.S. while being paid so much money. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.